Welcome back, everyone. We're back again with Boston United on our journey through Premier League football and beyond. In the last episode, we played against Leeds in the FA Cup semi-final and Hertha in the first leg of the Carabao Cup, Champions Cup quarter-final, where we won both games 3-2. I would have preferred both games really should end about 3-1 actually upon hindsight, but anyways, it wasn't too bad. In between the last game and where we are now, we played against Leeds again. Played them in the league, bet them 2-0. Arp got a brace and Salmbe got himself sent off. I'm actually surprised they didn't come back into it. I would have expected them to kind of push us a bit more, but thankfully they didn't. So we're back in it today against Hertha. Then we're going to play Brighton. If we can manage to beat Hertha, there's a good chance we could get to the final. As long as we don't get Man United or Madrid, I would actually, out of the group of teams left, if we got to the semis, I would love to get Benfica, just out of the remaining teams. Valencia have a stacked squad in midfield. I don't think we can cope with their numbers, and Real Madrid is just Real Madrid. Like, their team is just stupid at times. Jadon Sancho, for one, he's unbelievable. They just have some players here that are just stupid good. They have some older players, but the team overall is stacked. It's ridiculous. But and then you have Man United, and Man United are just an absolute beast of a team at the moment. And I only realized that they didn't play this guy against us, Tony Barron. And yeah, he's 29 goals in the league. He didn't play against us. I'm scouting him at the moment because I'm hoping that we might be able to go in for him. It's unlikely that we will for next season, but he's ridiculous. He's 21 years old with these ratings. He's like a world beater. 23 goals in 26 games in the league. That is ridiculous. 29 goals in 36 games. It's beyond good. He actually scored against us in the Community Shield, so I can't remember what that game turned out to be, but he'd be one player I'd really like to sign. Probably won't get him. I'd say he's probably, if we try to go in for him, they probably want 250 million at least. 21 years old with a massive ceiling on him. But yeah, we'll get into the Hertha game. Hertha are expected to run a kind of a 4-2-2 of sorts. They're going to try to push us and get in behind, but I'm fairly confident with our team. If I can get this rid, I don't know why that wouldn't go. But yeah, I think we should be fairly okay. Goals wise, we're doing pretty well. Sakura isn't getting as many goals as I'd like, but he actually is linking up really well, so that's one thing. Arp's is a goal machine at the moment. Boateng's linking up really well. Hilarme and Harper are linking up pretty well. Actually, last time out, Hilarme did have a spectacular game, so I might go for Simic just for the more physicality and defensiveness that he brings to the team, just for a bit more link-up play, just because we'd have quite a small midfield. On average, Harper is about 6'2", and then Simic is about 5'10", so that would kind of just complement, and we won't get bulldozed completely. So hopefully now we can kind of create something out of this. But anyways, let's get into it. Let's see now if we can get to the semis, which would be ridiculous. If we could get to another European final, that would be absolutely bonkers. It's completely unlikely, but you never know, something could happen. We're in pretty good form, and for whatever reason, it wasn't showing us the selected players thing. I think there's a lot more to come from you. Tunnel. It's just another weather thing. It's not too much of an issue. We played pretty much on the ground, so that wouldn't cause us too much hassle. But yeah, we're going to play positive, but we'll see how this works. We might drop back to a balanced approach, depending if they have a bit more of the ball for this game. Seem to be quite dominant in possession starting off, so we might actually change this to a balanced approach. So we won't try to capitalize on possession completely, but we should be decent enough against them. Salve with the assist. Hit the post twice. Out for a corner. This last game, we just don't know how many times we hit the bloody post. I think it was 4 or 5 times throughout the game. I think we definitely hit the post at least 3 times against Leeds, and at least twice against Berlin. So hopefully we don't have another kind of game like that. But as it stands, we're currently leading, so hopefully we can just carry our momentum. If we can pick up a goal, that'd be ideal, because then they'd have to score 2. But if they score 2, then that puts us in a detriment, because we have to score as many goals as they do, which just kind of puts us in a never-ending cycle. So if we can keep it to a 0-0 draw, that'd be ideal. 0-0 draw, or us getting, or any kind of draw really would be ideal, or us winning. Those would both suit us perfectly. Time just seems to be flying away at the moment. We're starting to get a bit of the ball again, so I might swap this up to a positive. Let's see now if we can try to capitalize on possession. Because before they were very dominant in the first 15-20 minutes, but now it's coming back to a more 50-50 kind of show. We might be able to kind of go through the gears against them and capitalize on us having arguably better ball players. And hopefully that can be linked up to our front two, who are both very lethal strikers. It's just we hit the post too goddamn much. Room for improvement. See if that will push him on to clicking up a bit more. Come on, lads, do something for us here. Get us a goal. So that would be perfect if we got a goal, because that gives us a 2-goal, or at least a goal cushion. Oh, this does not look good. Not good at all. Oh, good man, Fructal. Big save. Very big save. Don't score from this, please. That was too close for comfort. Matas, don't lose it. Out to Rion. Rion, play it back in. Please, don't lose it. Simic, Harper, Boateng, not an ideal pass. Lads, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, for fuck's sake. Not ideal, not ideal. Goran Koralic. He's that 25-year-old. Yeah, he is. It looks fucking unbelievable. Fucking a bad pass by Boateng, but you just see coming back, they're not making good passes at all. Has he been quite error prone? 6.4, yeah, and so is Boateng actually. I'm gonna go balance. I'm gonna make a quick sub. I was actually considering taking off Boateng anyways and going for a 3-man midfield and see if we can kind of force a move that way. And we'll throw on Janssen for Salve. Then we can just go on tactics, drop Guilherme back, and get Harper in the middle maybe. Advanced playmaker on attack, and then I'll get him on as automatic, I guess. Can I at least play Mazzala? Actually, yeah, Mazzala might be the best role for you since we have those 3 in midfield. And I wonder if we should make this an inverted. That might be an option. Okay, so we'll change up our formation. Overlap on the right. That could be an option. Hit right crosses. A little shorter. Okay. I don't want to distribute out the back. Just so I find we're getting pressed too much there that we could easily lose possession, which is not at all what we want. Do not screw me. Hit the post again. Okay, we're going to go attacking as well, see if we can force something out of them to make a mistake possibly. Shouts, get creative. Harp's not playing particularly well. If he doesn't improve, I might just drop him off in a moment because we need to get some here. More balls forward. Matos was 9th other card of the season. He's not having a particularly good game. Okay, Harp cut the ball out to Sikora. Come on, Sikora. Oh, for fuck's sake. He goes for chip when he could just try to... He does that far too often. Harper's injured now. Lovely. What kind of injury is it? Potential thigh injury. Do not be your goddamn hamstring, please, for the love of God. Okay, I'm thinking about maybe going for 4 at the back now, since we're going to have to take him off, drop Jensen back a bit. Keep Shaw as a back automatic. I'll keep him as a stopper. He's doing that role fairly well. And what do we do? Do we get an extra winger on? I don't know what to do. I suppose in this scenario, I could maybe get Borner on and go for width. And we'll get him on as an inside forward on attack. And Rion on winger attack. And Sikora on an advanced forward. Push them both forward and see if we can just create something now. We just need to go for it. Team instructions and possession. We're focusing for an overlap. Actually, overlap both sides now. Hit early crosses, shoot on sight. A little more wide. And slightly more direct. I don't want to go too direct. I just want to give us more options. But if we keep punting it long, there's no point if we're not winning any of the headers. Okay, I think we're going to get knocked out now, which is not ideal. Bloody annoying. Winning 3-3. 6 minutes at a time. Come on, lads. Show some passion. Very attacking. Tactics. Push Guilherme up into further forward. Same with Janssen. You can push Matos as well into the hole. Bring these across. Actually, I suppose I could actually bring Janssen here. He's actually got a pretty good distribution. Anchorman, defend, and then these guys just ball playing defender. As per usual, get one stopper. And advanced playmaker support, and just see if we can get some out of this. We're probably going to concede now since we've gone so top heavy, but we just need to get that goal. That's probably game. Come on, lads, keep it in. Go long, Jensen, go long. Go long. What the fuck? It's probably going to blow now. Sikora played. Oh, for fuck's sake. We had a chance there. We had an absolute fucking chance. Absolute dopes. Absolute bloody dopes. And we had now we're lost to Harper. Fucking lost at home. Or those fucking goals we gave away at home. For fuck's sake. Jeez, there's been a lot of it's gone to 0-all games. Madrid are knocked out, we're knocked out. We got to the quarterfinals, which is pretty decent. I thought we would have won. And he's out for 3 months, lovely. That's his season over. Fuck's sake. And Salon Bay suspended for the next game. Lovely. Thankfully we have some players coming back. Karen, well, they're about 2 or 3 weeks out. Yeah, 3 weeks. Same with Zimmerman. Gibbs, so I'll throw Gibbs onto the. I'll throw Gibbs at right wing for a moment, but he's probably not going to start there. And Guilherme in for Harper. And we'll probably bring in. Where is he? Brookert. And we'll see how the team goes from there. We might go for something random because we don't have the wingers at the moment to play our usual formation. But yeah, so I'll bring us back for the Brighton game. See you guys in a few. Welcome back, everyone. We're back again for the Brighton game. I've changed up the formation slightly. We've gone for the 4-2-3-1. I've also dropped Matos. He hasn't been playing particularly well for me, and I think it might be a good time just to give Marino and Shaw a start together. But I'm going to both play them as stoppers rather than the usual central defender defend, because I find we get the best out of the two when they're actually playing as stoppers. So I'll see how they actually do and see if we can capitalize on them being able to kind of run out from the back and just kind of put out any fires if some of the opposition team comes through to attack us. Since Harper's injured, we have to put in Hielerme for in the usual advanced playmaker role, but we're changing up to a centre mid attack. Simic on a deep lying playmaker defend. Rion on the left as a winger attack. Boateng through the middle as attacking midfielder. I'm also playing Gibbs out on the right as inside forward on attack. I was considering doing Borner, which is probably the smarter choice. But Gibbs has still pretty decent finishing and decent first touch and okay mentals, and physically he's still pretty decent. So I figured he could actually do a pretty decent job. He doesn't have the world's greatest dribbling, but he does. He's fairly agile, fairly pacey, a good enough height, physically good, mentally good, everything you kind of want. And then I'm playing Arp up top. I decided to drop Sakura today. He's kind of pissed me off. He hasn't been performing well at all. I also rested the team, but there's. Oh, I thought it was today, but we still... Okay, I'll just jump ahead now then, whatever, but this is the team we're going to be putting out. But damn it, I thought we were back for today. Oh well. Wasn't to be. And also, not Tottenham, Man City ended up losing their last game. So we actually have, and Tottenham also lost. So we have a game in hand on Tottenham. We have 2 at the moment, and they lost both of them. So we have 2 points on them, and City. Oh my God, City lost both of theirs as well. Oh my God, we could actually catch them because we're going into this with 33 points, so we could technically catch them. So we're gonna play this. So if we win this, but anyways. But we're coming back we're going to probably play the last game of the season, or in the Premier League, and then we'll do the FA Cup as a separate video, or maybe just do the 2 of them together. I'm not too sure. We'll do it depending on how the league's looking. If there's a chance we could get into the top 4 and still win, or still going to be in for a chance to get into win the FA Cup regardless, because we're playing the FA Cup. But yeah, see if we can get back into the top 4. That'd be ideal. Since we've last 4 seasons, it's been 14th, 6th, 7th. It was 1st, and this season potentially between 5th and, well, technically between 6th and 2nd or 3rd. Not 2nd or 3rd, 3rd or 4th. I think 3rd's probably too far gone at this moment, but I think we could probably get top 4. That would be absolutely lovely. And then next season, I plan on absolutely overhauling the squad. I'm just going to absolutely get rid of some fan favorites like Zimmerman, Gibbs. There's some players who were contracts are up, and just going to offload all the deadwood. I'm going to buy as many players as I can to just bring the squad into an absolute, so we can try to challenge for something. See if we can go for maybe the league again, or depending on which we get, maybe the Europa League or Champions League. And just try to finish out on a high, because regardless whatever happens next season, it's the last season. That was supposed to be the same with this season, but Marcus Rashford has been put on the transfer list. I would have gone for him 2 seasons ago, but he's too old now, and he doesn't have the greatest finishing. Oh, lovely. Peel the ban. But yeah, he's suspended for another 2 games. I expected that was the case. He got sent. He was given a straight red. He apparently went through the back of someone, but I suppose that was to be expected when you do that. But yeah. Come on, game load. Oh, we made 15.58 million profit, and somehow Man City and Man United made profit, even though they spent about 150 million on. No, probably more than that. I think Man City spent like 200 million on players, and they sold like 50 million's worth. So their gate revenue must have been ridiculous. Jeez, and Chelsea still have so many games in hand. I think they're actually in Europe or in the Europa League still. Jesus. But yeah. I say Man City are qualified Champions League spot regardless, whatever happens. I don't think we can get caught by Southampton. There's 4 games left, so 12 points. Yeah, I suppose they can still catch us at this point. But I'd say top 6 is pretty much sealed, because we have so many relatively easy games left that we're more than likely to finish safely enough. But yeah, so let's get straight into it. So we're going to keep the team the same as before. Marino's actually a little bit knackered looking at him there, so we might actually throw Matos in. Not ideal, but Yeah, it's a shame. Also, maybe you could bring Hagnew in the later stage. It's probably what I'm going to do. Brookhart either, and but I think we'll keep it how I said it last time. Gibson the right. If he ends up scoring a goal, that'd be great. I don't think he scored a goal in like the last 2 or 3 seasons. It's definitely been at least 2. If he can challenge for a spot against Arsenal, that'd be hilarious. We've been a good run. They need to go out there and impress me. If he ends up having a stellar season like he did when he first joined us, I think he ended up scoring like 7 or 8 goals. Actually, no, that was McGrath who joined us and had an absolute blinder. Gibbs joined us. Actually, no, he did join us. He got us about 6 goals in 6 games, which was pretty decent considering we had a striker issue. Okay, see if we can get some here now. Do they still have Fred? No, it's Field. Sam Field. And Narty's on the bench for him. You think they would have started him? I think it was a good move to offload him. He's still a good player, but I felt like there's players in and around him that were at a higher level. Like, and the fact that we got in Hilarme for in around a similar price point. But like, when you're looking at him, he's probably as good, if not better, and value-wise he's better. He's also English and he's younger, so he has a bit more of a ceiling to him. So it just made so much sense, especially when we got an offer of about 20 million for him. It was just the right move in the moment at that moment in time. So let's get creative, see if we can force a move here. Dominate the ball a bit more. Yeah, use all the tackles, don't go through anyone, get those sent off because we don't have any more left backs. Do not score, Yao Pedro. I've been scouting you for years. Rivieros, please be offside. Come on, offside. I think he was slightly off. Oh, he's miles off. He's miles off. Jeez, their fucking 4 or 5 players are all offside. Doesn't even count as a shot on target. Ha ha ha. Out to Janssen, Simic play it wide. Okay, don't. Navarro played in. To Matos. Jesus, that was a terrible pass. Simic, Rion, Simic, Navarro, Boateng, Hilarme, Boateng, Hilarme. What an absolute strike and a half. Jesus. That was like 25, 30 yards out. And just banged it. Just laid him up and wha-bam. Jeez, it was almost top corner as well, nearly. At least top half of that side of the goal. He's taken over that Harper role quite well. And possibly we might bring on Sikora for Arp if Arp has a quiet game, which is really weird. He's a bit of a hit and miss striker. Like, he'll get you a brace and then some days just be quiet. Other days he'll get you a hat trick. So, come on, Shaw. Redistribute it. Go to Rion. Don't know why he went long again. Could have just recycled possession. Now we could concede. Good clearance, Matos. I thought he was going to just rifle into the back of the net for a second, but a good clearance all the same. Playing out of defense and distribute to fullbacks as well, just so we don't get caught. I'll push these guys back a tiny bit, just so we have a bit of space for him to link up all together. Arp, once again, he's not really getting into those positions. This might actually be a better game for Sikora to be on a complete forward support. Just he drops back a bit and he allows to win headers. I think he's a tiny bit taller than Arp as well. I think Arp's like 6'2". He's 6 foot and Sikora is 6'2", so he tends to win the ball a lot and can redistribute it. Which would be a good option to have. Don't concede, please. For fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. You can always fucking see that one ball coming. Yeah, we're gonna get Arp off. He's not doing enough for me today. Get on Sikora, complete forward on support, and see if we can get some link and play going. Because like the wingers haven't actually been that bad. And you know, we might get him on advanced playmaker on attack. Just see if he kind of makes a little more through balls and stuff and lays off some passes. Navarro 6.8, Janssen on 6.6. We're not doing amazingly well. Having a lot of the ball, we're just not getting a lot of chances. Might tell the fullbacks to overlap a bit and just try to get in behind and create opportunities for the wingers to cut in a bit. And since we're playing quite now, there should be some space for them to get around them. Try to work the ball in the box a bit often. That's probably what we should be doing as well. I don't know. We'll go a bit more wide, have a bit more space on the wings. Just try to keep them open a bit, see if we can create some opportunities for ourselves. Boateng wins the ball, back to Sikora, out to Gibbs, Janssen. Rian at the back post, thank the Lord. We really needed that goal. That's one really good thing about Sikora. He actually has quite a good delivery, and don't know why he didn't go. Okay, he went for a header, but he's not renowned for his heading ability, but I'll take it regardless. Narty's coming on. That's an interesting move. João Pedro, I thought he was a winger. I could have sworn he was a winger. Maybe there's another guy called João Pedro. I suppose it's likely. Okay, we'll make any interchanges. Gibbs on 6.7. He actually hasn't been doing too bad. He is kind of keeping the left back a bit preoccupied. We might tell the opposition instructions. Focus on him a bit. Press him a bit more. See if we can get him onto a bit of a... get him to screw up a bit. Especially with Rion, he's a little bit more technical and has a bit better ability on the ball. And Simic on 6.6, not ideal. Might make a change. Might bring on Hagnu. Get him on as a ball-winning midfielder. It's not his preferred role, but he actually can do it pretty decently, and he can get the ball back and just redistribute it. So that could be a good option to have. And we'll keep an eye on Gibbs. We might take him off and throw on Borner, or even on bring on an extra defender or something. Let's keep an eye on how that part of the team's going. I always think Hagnu is a youngster, but he's like 22, 23 now. Oh, don't get in, lads, don't get in. Good save for standing strong. I thought he was going to be a bit of a liability for us this after we sold Ryan, but he's actually been pretty decent for us. Come on. I thought Gibbs is just going to go through the back of him. Gibbs on 6.6, but Sikora's on 6.5. I don't know what it is without these strikers lately. Yeah, we might get Gibbs off now. Throw on, where is he? Borner. And I'll throw him as a winger actually, just so we have a bit more width. Okay, that was a bit of a curling ball. Navarro gets the ball down. Out to Matos, play it wide. Okay, don't. Out to Janssen. Gibbs. Guilherme. Janssen. Gibbs. Janssen. Gibbs. Boateng. Out to Navarro. Back post, please. Sikora, you gotta get those on bloody target. He gets some amount of chances. And it's just like, why don't you just bloody put him on target? Like, he gets some amount of chances. It's frustrating as all hell. Because I know he's actually a really good striker. He gets so many chances. Hopefully next season he kind of takes them. I know Rion, his second season was absolutely stellar for us. This season's been a bit quiet, but at the same time, we kept tweaking the formation and not playing him in his ideal role. Like today he got a goal, and we played him up with that further forward role. He was playing a bit more of a creative outlet before. Or last season he was more of our main goal scorer, and we kind of focused our team to be like that. Possibly something to look back next season. Bring in a quality right winger, right back, or not right back, or right back's pretty decent. But I don't know. Something to think about next season. Hopefully we get given the budget we need. Technically we have the transfer kitty for it. It says we have like 877, but we're having wage put of like 38k available. We have another striker coming in who I keep forgetting about, which is going to be handy. He might be a nice little option to have. He's gotten a few goals this season, so hopefully he's not another Ponzio, but he seems to have a pretty decent goal record. Another PSG player as well. Interesting. But yeah, sure, that's not too bad. I would have preferred a result against Hertha, but it wasn't to be. So we'll probably come back for maybe the Tottenham game. Actually, no, what we'll do? We'll do a London derby of sorts where we play against Tottenham and Arsenal. That'll be the last two games, cup final and the final game of the league, and then we can do maybe a window or just a little bit of a roundup at the end of the video, just basically saying who I thought this player was, that, and the other. But yeah, something to look forward to. But yeah, sure, we'll end the video there. But thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.